Maggie Van Cleve was the kind of little girl who never wanted to disappoint her parents. She was sweet, outgoing, an average student, pretty well adjusted.
I was a happy little kid.
But something happened on the way to adolescence.
I would say that I was a lot more moody and a lot more rude to my parents.
Her parents noticed it but couldn't quite put their finger on it.
Just acting out, misbehaving, not happy.
They had no idea just how unhappy she was.
I just hoped that I would never wake up so I wouldn't have to deal with other people and myself.
Maggie found the only way to deal with herself was through alcohol and drugs.
I really didn't even drink a lot, but when I did, it was in binges.
Both took her down a dark path.
I had no idea how I got to my couch or why there was an ice cream bucket next to me with my own vomit in it.
Those choices would change her relationships.
I heard my mom crying in the next room.
And ultimately the way this good girl would see herself.
The events of May 2nd, 2008 changed my life in lots of ways.
Maggie wrote about her cry for help.
When the policeman brought her home, that was, I think, the biggest wake-up call.
The night police picked her up on the side of the road.
I blew a .16.
Too intoxicated to walk home.
And I told the police everything, my life story, why I was upset, and I wasn't hysterical with them. I was really cooperative, and I told them anything that they asked, even that I took it from my parents. And I told them that I was hiding it in my room.
Yes, Maggie came clean that night, but now she had a long road ahead of her.
I couldn't have been in a worse mood.
And it started with court-ordered treatment at Allegiant Health Emmanuel Medical Center.
Even though I didn't want to admit it to myself or anyone else, I knew that there was something wrong with me.
It took some time, but Maggie finally had an answer to why she was so sad all the time and couldn't just snap out of it. Her moodiness had a diagnosis.
Bipolar disorder number 2. And ADHD.
Group therapy and counseling with Christy Cloyd helped Maggie see she was more than the mistake she'd made.
She didn't judge me. She listened, and she knew exactly what to say. And that just felt good to have somebody to listen to me, because I don't like to talk about my feelings.
I never dreamt that she felt that way, you know, and she kept it hid like she did. I think that's the hardest, that she kept it hid away from us, that she needed help.
For the first time, Maggie realized she wasn't alone.
I started to accept myself for who I was, a misunderstood teenager. It felt good to finally be accepted by people who knew what I was going through.
Maggie graduated from therapy in high school too. She's now in college, thinking about a career in law enforcement or therapy. 2 years later, she still sees her counselor.
Today I know that I have put a lot of work into myself. I have become a better person for my mistakes.
She's also put a lot of work into repairing her relationship with her mom and dad.
There's just a lot less tension and
Very proud that she's come a long ways.
Maggie knows there are no do-overs in life, but she's learned a lot from her journey.
I would never go back and undo getting in trouble because I wouldn't want my life to be any different than it is.
Maggie's not alone in her journey. Thousands of people seek help every year through Allegiant's mental health services. Some come on their own. Others, like Maggie, have no choice. But what they all have in common is what's waiting for them on the other side of the door. A caring smile, a kind word, an open heart. Someone who will listen and help them on their path for healing. If you are struggling and need help, you can call 402-717-HOPE. For more information, log on to Allegiant.com. With your health news, I'm Mary Williams.